All right, everyone. I wanted to take some time out to share a little bit more about myself. So, yes, my name is Rome Bailey, not just Rome the Bald Roofer. I was born in Aurora, Colorado. My family got divorced, mom and dad, when I was about 2. So I've been in Georgia since I was about 2, 3 years old. So while I might not sound like it, I am actually raised through and through in Georgia, in Forsyth County. A little bit more about my work history and what I've been doing for the last, good Lord, I'd say almost 14 years now, is I started out in the service industry. So what I was doing was I started as a line cook in Waffle House, which was a lot of fun. It's something I probably visit almost every other Sunday, if not every Sunday still. Yes, I love the greasy hash browns. And what I did there was I was a line cook. So if any of y'all have ever visited a Waffle House, when it comes to customer service, even if you're not a waiter or a waitress, you're still heavily involved with everybody that comes into the restaurant because you're right there. They're watching you cook the food. You get to turn around and get to meet all the regulars. You get to chat it up with everybody, and it's really a wonderful time. I thoroughly enjoyed working there. I took a couple more years of cooking. Worked for a company called Applebee's, some of y'all may be familiar with, and then also a smaller business called Local Kitchen and Tab. That's unfortunately no longer around anymore. It used to be over by Lambert High School in Forsyth County. It was a fantastic place to work. And then once I got done with that, I actually transitioned more into the construction space. Rewind a little bit, probably 10, 12 years or so, I actually started building decks with my stepdad. Before the recession hit, a lot of my family was in construction, building decks. So as a kid, I would go out, dig the holes for the posts, pour the concrete, carry all the lumber. So been very hard working for a while now. And then when I started with a company called Vertical Earth is when I started getting a little more into construction, where I was building retaining walls. Some of the worst work I've ever done, I won't lie to you. It's not the company, it's just the work itself. The only fun part was you get to drive skidsters and bulldozers and occasionally an excavator, which was pretty cool. But beyond that, I work for a company called Aaron's Doors. Owner is Aaron Beckerbrady, wonderful guy, wonderful company. They do commercial doors, so I was a door installer. So I would bring doors in, install all the hardware, the panic bars, the closers. Really enjoyed that, was very fulfilling. And it was one of those jobs where you get to look back at the end of the day and say, hey, I did a lot. These are stuff that's going to be used thousands, if not 10,000s of times. We got to do a lot of meaningful work. He was in with a lot of the bigger general contractors, so we got to work Sanford Stadium, a lot of the hospitals, Piedmont Hospital over in Athens, we got to do a lot of work on there. We did the athletic facility at UGA, a big building called SK Battery over in Commerce. So not to say it was cool to do a lot of high profile jobs, but it's really cool to be involved in a lot of these different communities where so many people are going to come through, and you can always drive back and say, hey, we were able to be a part of that, which I thought was super, super cool. From there, I joined Douglas Construction in May of 2021, so happy 4th anniversary. Woo! And once I joined the team, it not only was I able to thrive pretty quickly due to the advanced level of training and the pouring in that they did to me, but it was also my construction background. I was able to very quickly transition that into product knowledge, and it was just another aspect because when I was working for Aaron's Doors, I got to see a lot of new construction, a lot of places built from the ground up. So seeing all the drywall, the studs, and all that put together, it gives me a very good general idea of even when I'm looking in somebody's attic space to see, hey, is this framing making sense here? Does this look right? Is that up to code? And what I was able to do is blossom in this industry because I was able to take a combination of my service industry for when I used to cook and then combine it with my construction background. And first started, I did a little bit more traveling. We actually went over to Louisiana in 21 after Irma hit out there, and we were able to help a bunch of homeowners out there. We stayed licensed out there for a few years, and then we've also been able to branch out to South Carolina. We've been licensed out there for a good bit longer, like 7 or 8 years, where we've been able to help a lot of homeowners out there as well. It's very different when the job requires you to acquire your own customers, where you're creating your own schedule. Things like that can really make or break a person when you're relying on yourself. The company helps, yes, but you're really relying on yourself to come out, create that impression. People are dealing with you. You're the face of the company, and you must really be authentic to yourself. You must really be honest, because people can fake it for 30 and 90-minute meeting, but when you're coming back and meeting somebody 4 or 5 times to actually get the job done, to collect that final payment, and to assure that everything was a smooth process, there's no faking it, guys. So you really have to dig deep, be that authentic self, learn how to deal with homeowners, and ensure that you're going to deliver a smooth process. And don't get me wrong, I've made plenty of mistakes in this job. Like any construction job, it's really a learning process as you go through it. But the way my life has really changed is the personal development side. Shout out to Adam Benson with the Roof Strategist. He focuses on this a lot with new guys that come in the industry, because I started when I was 25, so still pretty young. And what it's really taught me is you really have to be self-sufficient. You really have to fall back in love with learning, which I have done. I've picked back up reading more recently. I do a lot of audiobooks because I'm in the truck driving around so much. I just think a lot of people don't fully understand the industry and what it takes to be very good at this job. And service providers as a whole, they need work. Communication is one of the biggest things that comes up when it comes to servicing the families I do. It's one of the biggest complaints I hear. And when I see so many issues with the industry, especially on the insurance side of things, the retail side of things, the old used car salesman tactics that I hear about all the time, I know the right way to do this, and I feel an obligation, as this industry has been so good to me, the few hundred homeowners and the couple churches that I've been able to serve just in my short period of time doing this, what value that I can give back. And that's really one of the reasons I started my YouTube channel, is because of the extra knowledge I've been able to gain through years of helping people, the doing things the right way. And I'm always really quick to promote other really great roofing companies, because I get it, I can't be everywhere in Georgia, but also there's other companies that may even do a better job than I do. And I'm super happy to put them on. But this content that I put out, I share my story because obviously I want y'all to get to know me a little bit better, but be able to get that out to other homeowners to hopefully prevent bad situations to happen, and also get it out to other roofing contractors so that they can learn and grow from it as well, and we can make the industry better as a whole.